Republicans playing dirty politics as always, but this is an interesting stance that we were able to get this passed in Republican state, and it was based entirely off of the people. So clap it up to Kansas. Dynamite! Dynamite! All right, let's get into it. So Kansas votes to uphold abortion rights, and people are losing their shit because they don't really know how to respond to this. Like they're not really sure where this is like going or how this is going to move forward, but it's pretty impressive because last I checked, Kansas is a heavily red state. So let's just get the story on this, right?
Rejecting an amendment that would have removed abortion protections from the state constitution. In effect, keeping access to the procedure there.
So grateful and just overjoyed that we did what Kansas needed us to do.
President Biden overnight saying the vote makes clear what we know. The majority of Americans agree that women should have access to abortion. It's the first time abortion has been on the ballot since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The result in Kansas, suggesting the court's decision is galvanizing abortion rights supporters. Less than 100 days until the midterm elections.
I hope we inspire other states when they get the opportunity to vote to really think about a woman's choice.
Tuesday's primaries, also a critical test of former President Trump's grip on the GOP. And for now, it still appears strong in Arizona. The scales.
They can't help but bring Trump up. We're not really here for Trump, so let's talk about the article. Kansas voters on Tuesday overwhelmingly struck down a proposed constitutional amendment that will remove the language enshrining reproductive rights in their state in a move widely seen as a victory for abortion activists. Now, the way it's kind of stated might seem a little bit like, how can I put this? Like, it's not worded correctly, but the truth is like when you really take a second to look at it and look at all the things that went in to making this possible, it's apparently clear. So basically in Kansas, as it stands now, there's an amendment right now in Kansas in the Supreme Court or their Kansas Constitution that basically makes abortion legal there. This vote was to try and remove that amendment or give lawmakers the ability to change that. So that's what the people were voting. But it wasn't even like, I don't know if they have this. Yeah. Is this the video? Oh my goodness, of course there's an ad. But basically, there was like the chart that basically shows the vote, how the voting was divvied up. It wasn't even close. It was a landslide.
Steve Kornacki, you're at the big board. That's just, there's so many nuggets that we could go through, but I think that tells you everything you need to know about turnout, that the no vote right now already has more votes than everybody who showed up to the polls in 2014 in the state of Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, just to put it in some perspective, I guess, our decision desk right now at least thinks that the turnout is going to end up at about 875,000. That's a rough number here. That's subject to change, but I could tell you the estimate has been going up and up all night. So 875,000, a couple ways to put that in perspective. You mentioned 2014. In 2018 in the primary, it was 468,000. You had competitive primaries in both parties in 2018. In the 2016 presidential election, the general election in Kansas, it was 1.2 million, a little bit under 1.2 million. It was just over 1.1 million in the 2012 presidential election. So, yeah, this is staggering turnout.
And that's the crazy part, because I don't know if this is because Kansas sort of has this big turnout thing that they do regardless of the situation. I'm not sure if this is a true assessment, but what it does make clear that even the most heavily Republican areas, as you can see here, it wasn't even close. It was 62% versus 38%. They decimated, and I think it all ended up being like 88% to the remaining 12%, which is crazy. But the ballot question had been planned for more than a year, but it took on a greater significance in the weeks since the Supreme Court's overturned Roe v. Wade in June, ending the federal constitutional right to an abortion. And this was something that was super like sus, because if we're being honest with this whole situation, the Republican Party here tried their damnedest to obfuscate and make this a difficult thing. Basically, the days leading up to this vote in Kansas, where a Republican state voted to keep abortion intact, which is just mind-boggling, but it's also speaking to truth that the Supreme Court missed the judgment here. The Supreme Court thinks they're speaking on behalf of the American people, but the American people are answering resoundingly that we don't need your help. We just need you to do what we like put your finger on the pulse real quick of the American people. But this article is amazing in the sense that voters show liars behind false Kansas abortion text that women deserve a real choice. So the gist of this is basically a text the days prior to this vote went out, and these texts were basically saying, so this is the setup: if you vote no, you let women maintain pro-choice. If you vote yes, you're taking away a choice and you're pro-life. But the way this text in this email was sent out and structured, it was designed to confuse people. It was stating a bunch of jargon and basically said, if you want women to continue having the right to free health, the right to health care, and the right to health care that isn't impeded by like the justice system or stuff like that, vote yes on this prop. But if you vote yes, you'll indirectly take away your votes, take away your rights. So it was really weird. Let's see. This is why I have ad blockers. I need to update my back. A campaign marked for weeks by lies and misleading statements reached to a new low. Monday, a text message apparently let me see the text message. Misleading text messages. Will it give it to me? Will it give it to me without me asking? Apparently not. A few ads. If it puts me in an ad right now, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Well, the sad music doesn't help with the storytelling in the first place. But basically, yeah, if you voted yes, as that message said, you would be taking away your rights. Women in Kansas are losing choice on reproductive rights. The unsolicited message said voting yes on an amendment will give women a choice. Vote yes to protect women's rights, which is clearly just misleading and just bad, like, all around. And what you come to find out is that this was paid for by a super PAC. Where's my notes? Super PAC. It's a Republican PAC by a donor who spent over $1.8 million trying to lobby for abortion rights to be taken away from women. So it's no wonder Republicans playing dirty politics as always. But this is an interesting stance that we were able to get this passed in a Republican state, and it was based entirely off of the people. So clap it up to Kansas in this post Roe v. Wade era. It's very enlightening to see this change. But the thing that I think everyone needs to sort of be paying attention to, if I was being here, is what does this do for turnout? Does this mean that certain things does this mean that the Democrats should take it easy no, absolutely not. We need to maintain, and if not maintain, gain more spots, because what we've quickly found out is we have rats in our ranks. And I probably shouldn't call him a rat too much, because he finally did decide to do something positive, but we got rats in our ranks and it's hurting us bad.